Welcome back, everyone. I am Psycho Emerald. That feels kind of weird to say. It's been a little while. Today I'm going to be reviewing the new Phantom Menace Darth Maul figure, and this is just going to be kind of a traditional, laid-back review. I haven't done one of these in a long time, and I'm just realizing how much I missed doing this. And the reason I haven't really done this as much is I haven't really felt like this inspired by a figure in a while to just kind of sit down and just dedicate a whole video to just kind of talking about it. Also, by the way, I'm going to spend some time just yapping about nonsense for a few minutes, probably, that most people, like, if you're just clicking on this video to hear my opinion on the figure, I'll put timestamps down below so you can skip ahead to when I actually start talking about the figure. But I just wanted to kind of address some things about the channel. Obviously, uploads have been a lot less frequent. I've talked about some of this stuff on some of my recent live streams, but I just haven't had as much interest in just talking about action figures lately. I've still really been enjoying collecting, but I've definitely cut back on it a bit. And I haven't really been enjoying just the simple act of just talking about them as much. So I just haven't been as interested in making videos for this channel. However, I do have a new channel. If you guys didn't know, I have a new channel called Psycho Strikes Back. Still kind of getting it off the ground right now. Mostly I'm planning on doing videos about movies over there. I have 2 videos up right now about 2 of my favorite movies of all time, 2 of my favorite Pixar films. So if you're interested in like animation, filmmaking, storytelling, that's mostly what that channel is going to be focused on. But pretty much whatever I feel like talking about, I'm just going to put over there. And here we'll still say dedicated to action figure focused content. So if that's what you guys come for, you're in luck, because that's what I'm going to keep talking about here. I'm not going to change things up, so I made the new channel. But anyway, yeah, so I've been doing that. Usually when I've been wanting to make videos, I've been working on those. And I haven't really felt like dedicating a bunch of time and effort to making one of the more, like, if you know, like my recent videos, I've had a little more effort kind of put into them. And I've really enjoyed making those, like, you know, with the skits and stuff like that. Super fun. I have another one of those videos planned, and I'm working on that one. As we speak, I have started writing the script for it. I'm really looking forward to showing you guys that. But yeah, for now, I really just am excited about talking about this Darth Maul figure, because I was so excited about getting this one, and I was so pleased with it when I finally got it out of the package. It is such a good figure. The engineering they put into this thing is really remarkable. And yeah, Phantom Menace being one of my favorite Star Wars movies, it's just really special to finally have this iconic character represented properly. So yeah, we're going to probably change up the angle here in a minute, but as you can see, we've got Darth Maul from the Phantom Menace looking really great. I love the sculpt. I could definitely see how someone would look at this outfit as maybe less interesting than the Clone Wars one, but personally I vastly prefer like the prequel movies and Phantom Menace to the Clone Wars show. Not to say Clone Wars show is bad, it's just not my favorite, especially not like when it comes to Maul. Phantom Menace is iconic. You gotta have the Phantom Menace look for Darth Maul. As simple as it is, it's simple, it's effective, it's menacing, it's cool. You gotta have it in the collection. And yeah, I've been displaying this guy with my Phantom Menace stuff for a little while. This figure is probably my favorite Black Series, maybe second or third, I don't know, but I'm feeling like this is my favorite Black Series of all time ever since I got it, and we'll get into why. So yeah, let's kind of switch up the angle a little bit, and we will talk about Darth Maul's details. Alright, so here we have Darth Maul, but first we're going to just talk about the lightsabers real quick. These look great. Of course they are one lightsaber, but you can break them in half, as they did in the film, which we'll get to later. I don't actually have all 3 of the characters from the Duel of the Fates. I just have 2 of them because I did not get the 3-pack. Was planning on getting the 3-pack, decided I only really needed Darth Maul for now, since I'm trying to save as much money as I can while still collecting action figures, which, as you guys can probably relate, very difficult thing to do. But yeah, the details on these look great. The chrome paint, very, very good looking. Good looking lightsaber. And of course you've got the red buttons are very well painted, it looks like. Doesn't look like they're off-center or anything. Maybe you guys can tell better under that light, but yeah, they definitely look good to me. Of course, you can go like this, connect them together. I've got the iconic double-bladed lightsaber from the Phantom Menace. Pretty great, of course, removable blades as well, always fun. And now let's talk about Maul himself. So you got the head sculpt first and foremost. You always got to talk about head sculpt. I think it looks pretty good. I think Ray Park's likeness is actually surprisingly difficult to get right. I think some Hot Toys figures have done it pretty well, and maybe the SH Figure Arts Phantom Menace Maul look pretty good. But yeah, Black Series hasn't ever really fully gotten it right, but I think it still looks pretty good. I think, you know, you get the horns and the face paint right, and automatically you're just like, that's him. That's Darth Maul. So yeah, I think it definitely works. Got a great shelf presence. I love the expression on his face. Of course, the outfit's got a good sculpt as well. Got a lot of good lines and wrinkles and creases in the robe to make it look like a real Sith tunic, which is really, really cool. Of course, you got the gloves, the cuffs there. Look pretty nice. The boots down here, looking really nice. So yeah, really, really cool figure. We'll talk about the articulation here in a sec, but yeah, basically they got the look completely down. I think the proportions look really nice as well. And yeah, let's talk about the articulation real quick. Usually, you know me, I don't really talk about articulation too much, but he's got insane articulation. You know, you can get the head tilted, looking up, looking all over the place, which is always great for expressive movement when it comes to posing your figures. But the really most impressive thing with these butterfly joints, to think that only a few years ago we weren't really seeing butterfly joints on Black Series like at all, and now so many of these Sith and Jedi figures and troopers, they've all got great butterfly joint articulation, so you can just get them into great poses, and you don't really need to go to imports for that. Of course, imports are great. Please don't crucify me, Mr. Coffee. Imports are great, but it is awesome that we can have Black Series figures that stand up to those in terms of articulation. And yeah, you can go down here. We got the pinless single joints on the legs. Those are obviously going to be good. Got a swivel going on. Another thing I really wanted to mention, which really stood out to me and really like elevated this figure for me, is, as you can tell, they avoided the traffic cone syndrome perfectly. Like, this still looks great. It doesn't look weird or off at all to me when it's just like this. But once you start posing, that skirt doesn't get in the way at all because it has the cuts in it. So it's a bunch of different separate pieces, so you can still move the legs anywhere you want while still having the proper tunic look, which is great. And it doesn't have to be soft goods, which of course Land Speeder Luke is going to be a big fan of. So yeah, great figure, really great engineering on the articulation, makes for some great poses. I'll probably get some photos and get some poses going on so you guys can see what I'm talking about when it comes to this figure's posability. But I've had so much fun posing this. It's such an iconic character. I'm just super happy to have it in the collection. So yeah, for old time's sake, let's give you guys a closer look at Phantom Menace Darth Maul. Alright, so there he is. Yeah, of course I had to do the classic segment, even though I kind of realized at one point, it was a while ago, and I kept doing it anyway, the closer, you know, looking, the up-close look. That was one of the things I started back when I first started the channel, and then I eventually realized, probably like a couple years ago, that it's pretty much pointless. But I figure I'll just keep doing it anyway, why not? So yeah, I also forgot to mention in the articulation segment, he has ball-jointed wrists, which is huge, rather than just having a side-to-side or up-and-down hinge on the wrists. The ball joints give you the full range of movement that you would want, so that's really, really cool. But yeah, I want to do some quick comparisons, just for funsies. So we got the only other Black Series Maul I own, or have ever owned, which is the Clone Wars one. I think this Phantom Menace figure is vastly superior, which is saying a lot, since that Clone Wars figure is really awesome in its own right. So yeah, this is definitely my definitive Maul. Might not even keep that Clone Wars Maul anymore. I don't know. Still undecided, but for now, definitely going to keep both. Very cool. But yeah, this is definitely my definitive Darth Maul. And to have him next to his adversary of Qui-Gon Jinn right here. Love this figure. Never did a review of Qui-Gon Jinn, but definitely love that figure, so you can definitely see the size difference there. Hopefully that gives you an accurate idea. Definitely looks good to me. I think it'll be fun. I'll eventually gotta get around to getting a Padawan Obi-Wan so I can fully recreate the duel. But yeah, I'll get those guys out of the way. But yeah, that's gonna pretty much do it for my review of Phantom Menace Darth Maul. Hopefully the camera's not shaking around too much. I have it kind of set up precariously. Trying out a new setup as usual. Pretty much every video has a new setup at this point. But yeah, it feels good to be back, just doing a normal review. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Also, don't have the box anymore. The box was accidentally destroyed maliciously, so I don't have the box anymore, but here's a picture of what the box looks like. There you go. Yeah, so it's been really fun to get back into doing this. It really just feels nice to kind of just hang out, just talk about an action figure, which is what I always loved about doing this channel in the first place. I absolutely still love doing, you know, the more, you know, in-depth stuff with the reviews, so I'll definitely get back to doing that in the next video whenever that comes out. But yeah, not leaving this channel, not by any means, but definitely go check out Psycho Strikes Back if you're just interested in seeing what I'm posting, because I'm working on stuff for that channel, probably more often than this one, usually, but we'll see. Another thing that I know most people probably don't really give a shit about is I'm going to college now. Yay! I'm majoring in film in college, and I'm really, you know, I'm enjoying it, I would say, but it's very stressful. It's a lot of work at the same time, as I'm sure any of you who have gone to college know. It's a lot of work, it's a lot of stress, so it's not easy to just kind of sit down and be like, oh, I've got some free time right now, what should I do? oh, how about I write a video? You know what I mean? So it's like I don't have as much free time, and when I do, I'm usually just like chilling, watching something on YouTube or watching a movie or playing video games. So I don't usually just want to sit down and dedicate the time to making a video. So you might not see as frequent uploads like I've been saying recently. But when you do, I'm really glad that people are sticking around. I really appreciate all you guys. This has been so much fun. It was always a dream of mine when I was a little kid to have a YouTube channel, and even having like the very moderate amount of success on the grand scheme of things, like it means a lot to me, and I just want you guys all to know that. So yeah, if you guys like this type of video, Star Wars action figure, Black Series reviews, that kind of thing, I do a lot of that on my channel. I have a lot of old reviews of varying quality, to say the least, so watch at your own risk, but I've been doing this for a while, so definitely if you're into Black Series reviews, you can find something for you on my channel. I do Marvel Legends stuff as well, vintage collection, I've done it all. So if you're interested in supporting the channel, sticking around, I'd really appreciate a subscribe. Gotta stay ahead of Monday Night Figure Ball. They're catching up to me, and I'm terrified. So please help, please help, please help. Anyway, thank you guys so much. Please consider subscribing in order to join the Knights of Mischief. And I will see you all in the next one. Goodbye.